What is this man doing alone in a lighthouse in the middle of the sea? How are 20 pills made from used water? And you won't believe it, there are even mosquitoes involved. Bro, have you ever wondered, if the camera is round, why do we get square photos? Today, the Maggi that fills your stomach in just 2 minutes actually started out this way. And don't forget this thing or you'll really regret it, bro. Watch this video till the end because the last 11 seconds are amazing. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, then subscribe and hit the bell icon, man. What are you waiting for? How are bridge pillars constructed in water? Just imagine, the river water is constantly flowing, and you have to install a perfectly straight and strong pillar there. So how is this done? Here comes our hero, the caisson. Just hearing the name makes it sound like some magical fortress, but in reality, it's made of iron or sometimes concrete blocks. Its job is to keep the water out and to remove the water from inside. First, engineers and their massive machines set up this area in the middle of the river. With their help, the water is gradually removed, and just like that, a dry area is created. Now you must be wondering, a dry area in the water, is that really possible? Oh yes, that's the magic of engineering, where the water is removed, the foundation is laid, and gradually the pillar is constructed. And it's on this pillar that everything stands. Our brave bridge, which easily carries everyone along with heavy trucks. Oh brother, have you ever wondered, if the camera is round, why do the photos come out rectangular? I mean, if the camera is round, then the photos should come out round like a roti, right? Just imagine, if the photos were round, when you open a wedding album, everyone would look like tourists. Actually, this happens because although the camera lens is round, the sensor behind it is not. The rectangular lens just lets the light in, and the real recording is done by the sensor. And yes, if the sensor were made round too, then the photos would also come out round. But the problem is that half of the photo wouldn't be used. That means there would be empty space all around the round photo. You'd get space, and honestly, no one wants a black border all around their wedding photos. The Maggi that satisfies your hunger in 2 minutes today actually started out of necessity. It was the year 1972, and at that time, women in Switzerland used to work in factories all day, and as soon as they got home, they would think, who has the time to spend hours cooking? This is where Julius Maggi enters the picture. He thought, why not create a meal that can be prepared quickly? And that also fills you up. And that's how the story of the Maggi company began. Gradually, in 1947, Nestle bought Maggi, and when they came to India, people here started liking it even more. Because here, every student in hostels and every RC cook just wanted food that could be made instantly. Today, Maggi's situation is such that every year, it earns a profit of more than 1,000 crore rupees. In other words, Julius had no idea that his invention, born out of necessity, would one day become every child's smile and the lifeline of hostels. So next time you make Maggi in your room, remember this. These aren't just nodes, but the power of 150 and old jigar. Have you ever heard of a coffee that makes you lose sleep for 3 days after drinking it? Look at this. This is the world's most dangerous coffee. Much stronger than normal coffee. It contains 200% more caffeine. So if you use your regular coffee to feel refreshed, this one won't just refresh you, it'll keep you so alert that it's like you've broken up with sleep forever. On the first day, you'll feel like a superhero full of energy. On the second day, you'll wonder why your head is spinning. And by the third day, you'll be like, wait, there's no one in front of me, so who's talking to me? That's why people call it this. Strong coffee. 1 cup of this is equal to 3 to 4 energy drinks. And the interesting thing is that the company that makes this coffee claims, we made this for those people who want something extra and consider sleep their enemy. In other words, to put it simply, if you still have work left, but this coffee is no joke, don't drink too much. It can be so dangerous for your health that it could land you straight in the hospital. Did you know that there is a type of wood whose value surpasses that of gold and silver? Africa's black wood is one of the most expensive woods in the world, and its price will leave you stunned. For just 1 kilogram of this wood, you might have to pay around 7 lakh rupees. So, if by any chance your chair is made from this wood, you'll need to get insurance before sitting on it. Why is this wood so expensive? Because it is extremely rare and grows at a very slow pace. It takes years for even a small tree to grow big, and that's why this wood is considered a true limited edition. African blackwood is used in expensive musical instruments such as cabinets, guitars, flutes, and bagpipes because its sound is so smooth. And the most interesting thing is that the demand for this wood is so high that many countries have even banned its logging to protect it. Otherwise, people would keep cutting it down to make 7-star hotel windows. Did you know that the world's smallest computer is even smaller than a grain of rice? In 2018, scientists at Michigan University created the Michigan Micromote, or M3. Its size is just 0.3 millimeters, which means even a mosquito sitting on your eyelid would be bigger than this. Now you might be thinking, such a tiny computer, surely it wasn't made for scrolling Instagram. Bro, in fact it was designed for things like cancer research and temperature monitoring. It has a processor, radio, transmitter, and receiver. All the necessary components are present. It charges using light and transmits data in a very efficient way. Number 9. Never do this even by mistake or you'll regret it. If you ever see a small round bulge on a truck's tire, don't even think about bursting it. This is called a tire bulge. Actually, it's like a time bomb that can explode at any moment. But how does this form? Actually, when a truck is loaded or hits potholes and rough patches hard, the steel base and rubber inside the tire get damaged. Then, the high-pressure air inside pushes out at that spot, creating a swollen, round bulge. Now, it looks completely innocent, almost like a villain. But in reality, there's so much air pressure inside that if it bursts here, it'll cause a massive blast. And just imagine if this bursts on the highway at high speed, how dangerous the accident would be. And the most important thing is, such a bulge can't be repaired. It can only be replaced. Otherwise, your life is at risk. So next time, if you see such a bulge on your tire, understand this. That tire has turned into a dangerous bomb. Did you know? Mosquitoes are actually vegetarian too. You must have heard this somewhere. But then why do they still suck our blood? Actually, male mosquitoes are total healthy fruit lovers. They stay happy with nectar from flowers and fruit juices, meaning they're just like us, enjoying trays of fruit. But female mosquitoes are a bit different. They have to drink blood, because female mosquitoes need protein to develop, and blood works like a superfood for them. So friends, only female mosquitoes drink blood. So next time a mosquito bites you, remember, she's just working for her kids, just like a super mom. And male mosquitoes, they just survive on flower juice. Their lives are also shorter. Female mosquitoes do their duty while enjoying both juice and blood. So you get it now, right? The mosquito that drinks blood is female and the one that drinks juice is male. So if a mosquito bites you, don't get mad at her. She's just working hard for her family. Number 7. Have you ever seen a board that moves by splitting the water? Look at this. It's made by Japanese designer Asuhiro. It's a board that, at first glance, just looks like a normal board. But as soon as it moves, it looks like it's slicing through the water. It doesn't just move. This board creates a path by splitting the water as it goes. By the way, this board isn't just for show. Its hydrodynamics are so impressive that it makes picking up speed on water easy. Number 6. Have you ever thought that even a lift could be exciting? In China's Hunan province, there's an outdoor lift that goes straight to the top of a mountain. It's called the elevator and its height is a full 1,000 feet. That means if you're standing at the bottom, you'll have to crane your neck just to look up, just to keep looking up. Now imagine, as soon as you sit in it, it feels less like a lift and more like you've boarded a roller coaster. This lift takes you straight from the ground to the sky in just 1 minute and 32 seconds. And bro, if someone is scared of heights, their hands and feet will go numb even before stepping inside. By the way, this is made of glass, which means you get a clear view of everything around. So if you look down, your heart will skip a beat. And it was built in the year 2002. And the fun fact is, it holds a world record, the world's tallest outdoor bar, and every year, millions of tourists come just to enjoy this place. Number 5. Now let's find out what is something that is both male and female at the same time. The Millrose bristly pea is truly a miracle of nature. If you look at it, check out its red purse, this is the male part, and look here, this is the female part. Literally, it's a complete package. Yes. Not only that, because of this bird, nature reminds us that being single, married, or in a relationship, none of this matters to birds. And the fun part is, when one flies, it feels as if red and yellow have set out together to celebrate a carnival in the sky. Because of this, even a bird's love story seems a bit high-tech. Because if there's a love affair, this bird can choose the right partner anywhere. Number 4. There was also a time when firemen would immerse themselves in water before going into a fire. The fireman's suit of the 19th century was no ordinary suit. It had such nozzles attached that would soak the entire suit with water. In other words, firemen would turn themselves into a walking sprinkler. And yes, if you're thinking that this suit is still in use today, absolutely not. Now we have high-tech heat protective suits that let us get close to fire without having to soak ourselves completely. Number 3. There are countries in the world where only 27 people live. And yes, this isn't just imagination. Meet Sealand. Sealand is a micronation built on an old World War II fort just 10 kilometers off the coast of England. Yes, you heard that right. Their own fort and a whole country on it. Now you must be wondering, with so few people, how does everything work there? Actually, they have their own passport, their own currency, and even their own postage stamps. So if you want to send a postcard, you just need a Sealand stamp on it. This micronation is not officially recognized by any major country. So you can call it a country, but the rest of the world sees it as just your random fort. But yes, the 27 people who live here can do whatever they want in peace. No traffic jams, no political drama, just the sea, the sun, and a handful of people. Number 2. Did you know that crows can remember your face? If you bother them, they can keep an eye on you for years. Crows aren't just blackbirds that fly. They're actually little spies. Scientists have done experiments showing that if a person bothers a crow, the crow can recognize that person even years later. And yes, it's like your memory is as sharp as that of an old high school friend. Just imagine, you used to throw stones at crows every day, and one day when you walk into the park, a crow looks down at you as if to say, "Hey, isn't this the guy who used to act crazy behind me?" But the interesting thing is, crows don't just remember, they can even take revenge sometimes. Yes, you heard that right. They've started thinking just like humans. If you bother them, they can even come up with new ways to bother you in return. Number 1. What is a man doing alone in a lighthouse in the middle of the sea? And find out how one job can earn you a salary in the crores, but with the risk of death. Imagine your only job is to make sure the light in a lighthouse standing in the middle of the sea keeps burning. No boss, no stress. Sleep whenever you want, wake up and go fishing. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? But in reality, it's a scary dream. Actually, in the old days, when there was no GPS, sailors relied on the stars to find their way, and many times ships would sink after crashing into rocks. That's why the world's first lighthouse was built in Alexandria. Loneliness and even death. Now you tell me, would you want to do this job? Be sure to let me know in the comment box. So, the video ends here. See you in the next video. Until then, bye.